Okay. Here we go. Trying to get all this tech down. Okay. So here we go. So welcome to the Friday coaching call. Okay. So I want to make this one talk about habits. Okay. I didn't give you guys any reminders this week that we were doing the coaching call on Friday, but we're here, right? Live on Facebook, right? And I'm recording this on YouTube. So if you make it, doesn't matter. You can always watch a replay, right? So what we're going to be discussing today, actually, let me make sure that I am on here. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So we're going to be discussing today's habits, and I want to show you guys something. And some of you may not realize that this is actually what we have done. Where did my camera go? How come you guys can't see my face? Whatever. Okay. So when it comes to you achieving the body that you want, okay, it's the body that you want, right? Them sexy lines in your stomach, right, ladies? And then them abs, boys, right? Boom, right? Okay. There's a few basic daily habits that you have to execute in order to succeed. And if you do not do this, okay, and make sure that you guys can see me here. I have a feeling my camera is not on. Okay. Anyway, maybe you can just hear my voice. All right. So the basic things that you have to do each day in order for you to succeed, right? It's like this. A couple basic things. Okay. A couple basic things. All right. Watch this. Actually, there it is. Okay. A couple basic things. Okay. Here's what you need in order to succeed. It's really simple. Okay. Number one, you got to be limiting your calorie intake every single day by hitting your macros, right? Prioritizing your protein and your fats, right? The second thing you got to do every day is to burn them calories every day, right? So we limit and then we burn, right? And then you just be consistent, right? You do this day after day after day for months. Guess what? This becomes you. You become that sexy mama or papa, right? That sexy husband or wife, right? It's real simple, basic habits. Now, we have your guys' program set up to do this on purpose because building habits are so important. And the reason why, I can think of it like this, okay? Think of it like this. How did you get to where you are right now? Okay. How did you get to Humpty Dumpty? Okay. Because some of you men got some titties, right? You all got a belly, right? Okay. So how did you get here? How did you get here? From bad habits, right? Now let's back this up. Where did you learn these bad habits from? Where? Who taught you how to eat? Who taught you how to cook? Who taught you how to buy food or go get fast food or eat a bunch of processed shit? Who taught you? Who? Your mama and your papa taught you this shit. Okay. And what happened is they taught you bad habits, right? You kept them on till you were an adult. You became Humpty Dumpty. Okay. So in order for you to become that sex machine, okay, you got to change your habits, right? Because their habits are why they probably are diabetic, why they may even be dead, why they had cancer, why they have heart disease, all because of their habits. Okay. So you have to be the one that breaks that cycle. And you need to be learning how to eat the way we teach you so you can teach your children so your children don't grow up being obese, being insecure, being depressed, committing suicide, right? Having anxiety, right? Because think about this. This kid, okay? So let's say you teach your kid bad habits, okay? This is your child, okay? What kind of life do you think that kid's going to have? Is he going to get picked on? Every fucking day. He's going to get picked on every day. What do you think is going to happen to his self-esteem? Okay? Self-esteem. Okay? Here's self-esteem. Boo-hoo. Okay? Self-esteem's in the tank. Okay? Now, sad, depressed, feeling. What kind of job do you think he's going to get? Do you think he's going to be confident and feeling good and go after his goals? Or do you think that he's just going to be thinking in like survival mode and just get whatever he feels he can get because he doesn't really feel he deserves anything, right? So your fat kid is going to make less money, okay? Less money. Now, think about this. Let's go deeper because I think long term, right? So when it comes to any of the decisions that, I make, I'm always thinking long term. Like I'm eating to live to like 120, 130 years old every day, okay? That's like I'm thinking long term, okay? So let's say, okay, so now you're overweight kid that you basically taught bad habits, okay? He's going to make less money in life as an adult. Okay, what's your number one priority as a parent? What's your number one priority? Okay, it's to raise men and women so they can succeed in life and create healthy, beautiful, successful offspring. Okay, now you already failed that. Okay, because you taught bad habits. Now your kid is fat kid, picked on. Now he's a fat adult. Okay, now your fat kid is now going to be making less money. Now, what kind of mate do you think they're going to attract? Okay, what kind of mate? Okay, another Humpty Dumpty. Okay, what kind of kids do you think these two are gonna have? Okay, so you got two obese parents. Okay, what kind of kids do you think they're gonna raise if they're even capable of having children? Because them being so obese, they're probably going to be infertile. So they may not even be able to have kids. But let's just say they can. Okay, let's just say they can. Guess what they're going to do to their children? Okay, same bad habits. Okay, they taught these same exact bad habits. Okay, now whose fault is that? Whose fault is it that your kids are obese? Okay, grandkids are obese. That's your fault. That's your fault. Okay, the bad habits are learned from you, right? And you learn it from them. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see how this cycle just like will infinitely continue unless you are the one that breaks the cycle like I have in my family? Okay. Have you guys seen my mother? She's obese as fuck. Okay. Have you seen my family? They're huge. All right. Everybody's fat. Everybody's sick. Matter of fact, by the time my mother was my age, I'm 44 right now. By the time my mother was 44 years old, she already had a stroke and cancer twice. Okay. Why? Because of the bad habits that she learned from her mother. Now, let's back that up another generation. Her mother, my grandmother, died at 46. Literally 2 years older than I am right now. Okay. By the time she was my age, she was already dying. She was already in the hospital, like just literally dying. Okay. Why? Because her mother, well, actually, her mother was a little bit better, but somewhere in there, my grandmother picked up really bad habits. Okay. I remember I used to go, see her and she was always feeding me crap when I was a kid, right? It was always straight garbage, carby, nasty shit. She was obese, right? She got cancer. She died at 46. My mom had a stroke, had cancer twice before she was even my age. Okay. Now she's still alive. She's still kicking. Surprisingly, I'm surprised because, she's 60 now, but I fear literally every day, every single day, because she lives in Texas. So I don't really have very much control over, how I can help her, and she's got to want it, right? I can't help people that don't want to help themselves. And that includes my own mother. Right. I've sent her diets. I've sent her workout programs. I've sent her heart rate monitors. I tag her in posts. I send her information. She's got to want to change, man. There's nothing you can absolutely do about anybody unless they want to change. Right. So even me being the fitness expert that completely broke the cycle, my mom is a prime example of what I don't want to be like. Right. I don't want to be that way. So in order to not be that way, I got to change my habits. Everybody's obese, right? Have shitty self-esteem issues because they're obese, right? I don't want to live like that. So I am the one in my family that breaks that cycle. And my children will continue this on because my children will be savages as well. Okay. They already are. My two youngest ones are already savages. Okay. Now, but my point is, when it comes to you getting in shape, this journey it's mental. It's a mindset that gets you fit. Repeat that again. It's a mindset that gets you fit. Your beliefs And your mindset about your nutrition, about your fitness, about your workouts is what is going to determine what you look and feel like and what your health is like. Okay. Now, above, I want you guys being sexy, right? I want you feeling good about yourself. I want you being confident, right? I want you guys like banging like rabbits, right? With your spouses. Totally for that. I want you making lots of money. I'm totally for that. In order to achieve all that, you got to focus on you. You got to take care of you first by implementing the best daily habits and personal self-care. Okay. Now, like I was saying a minute ago, we go back to what I was saying in the beginning. Your app, okay, our app right now, Desiree's crew just moved over to the app, but my crew's been on here since the beginning of this year. I literally got this app because it had this feature. This is one of the main reasons, because I understand the power of habit. Okay. Your habits are 1,000 times stronger than your desires, right? So no matter how much weight you want to lose, okay, your habits are going to beat you every fucking time. Your habits are. That's why it's so important that you focus on developing in them. And in the beginning, you have to force them, right? But once they're ingrained, once they become a habit, then it just becomes a normal, like just who you are. It's just part of your day. It's just you, right? You need to become your habits, right? So if you look at your app, so this is the computer version that you're looking at right now, but your dashboard inside the app looks like this. Now look at this, okay? See these habits that we have set up here, okay? Now this is my fake account. Okay, so this is actually my macros and stuff for the day. If you look at my macros, like I'm over on my fats a little bit because I don't have any carbs, right? So I had a lot of protein, a lot of fats, right? So when your carbs are low, you can eat more fat. Okay, it's a prime example. My calories are still under. But anyways, the power of habits. This is why we track our food. Habit. Okay, if you get in the habit of being mindful and paying attention to what you're putting in your mouth, paying attention to the numbers, because this is a numbers game. Getting fit is a numbers game. It's always a numbers game. It's always a numbers game. Always a numbers game. Fat gaining, fat loss, building muscle, always a numbers game, beginning with your nutrition. And if you master the numbers game, you get what you want. Okay, that's why we track habit. Okay, we're trying to instill good nutritional habits, right? Now, for my crew, I have you guys having a specific amount of protein you need to eat every day. Why? Because protein is essential for your body, and every single cell and function that goes on in your body needs protein. It is the building blocks like Legos to your body, and you have to have it. And if you don't have it, you are fucked. Okay. Now, on top of that, the more protein that you eat, the other side effect of that is too, you naturally eat less calories and you're not as interested in food because it triggers hormones that make you feel full. It's a hack. Okay. So for the men, we have 200, 250 grams plus minimum, depending on you and your size, right? As a normal daily habit that we are trying to instill, right? Same thing with drinking your water. Water is vital for your body to function, perform, for you to burn fat, for you to have energy. You have to be well hydrated, right? So that's why we have these little things here. So you click the little circle, boom, and you hit complete, boom. Now, when you guys do that, when you guys hit complete on these little things, see this right here? This is what it looks like on my end as your coach. I get notified, right, of everything that you do, right? This is my fake account right here, right? But this is actually linked to my FitnessPal though. This is my fake account. So anytime that you guys log anything in this app, I see it. Right? I know I'm like God watching over you all the time. I always know what's going on. And I know when you're not doing anything, because if I'm not getting notifications every day, I know you're fucking slacking. Okay. So it's habits, right? So we track our food, habit. We eat our protein, habit. Okay. And the hack to your metabolism, hack to you naturally want to eat less. Drink your water, right? We're trying to instill a habit so that way you're adequately hydrated. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at that. Look at that. Water, right? Because it's so important, right? Now, and then the other side of this too, I have the little, for some of you guys, I have this track macros thing right here so you can keep track, right? So you hit that whenever you track the macros for the day, boom, so that way it's complete, because we're trying to make sure that it's a habit that you track your food. Because if you get in the habit of tracking your food, you are going to get results like 2 to 10 times faster than the normal person when you track your food. That's why we try and make this a habit. Okay. And then, yeah. And then that pretty much sums it up. It's just a few basic daily habits, right? which all, if you go back to what I said earlier, okay, let me get my pen. I'm gonna go back to here, right? Remember, I just told you, limit calories, right? Burn calories, right? And be consistent, right? What is this primarily centered around? You limiting your calories, right? Oh yeah, here's the other one you got to do each day too, is your workout, right? Got to get your workout in, right? And then whenever you're done with your workout, you hit complete, boom, and then it keeps track, and it also notifies me that your workout is done. So I know what you did, right? Building habits. Okay. This is all about habits. Your habits are 1,000 times more powerful than your desire. All right. A lot of you guys are always waiting for like motivation to do things. No, you need to build habits. The motivation is short-lived. It is a short-lived emotion. All right. You have to develop discipline and force yourself to build the proper daily habits, and which is why we're using this technology to help us out. Okay. So that is the power of habits. And it's very, very important, because remember, if you stay in the habits that you currently are. So let's break this down. Let's talk about like what your normal daily habit is like, right? So your normal daily habit, right? You're not tracking your food, right? You're probably like missing workouts because you slept in, hit snooze like a little bitch, right? You probably aren't drinking your water, right? So you're dehydrated, right? And you get all stressed out at night. You get all stressed out because of work or your wife or whatever the hell's going on, and because you don't know how to be emotionally intelligent and handle your emotions properly like an adult, right? Then you go to some wine or you eat emotionally, right? These are all habits. These are habits. This is what you've done to get fat, right? Now to get fit, you got to do the opposite. We got to do this shit over here, right? Or this other shit up here, actually. This shit. We're going to do that shit right there, right? I don't care how your day is. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're on vacation. I don't care if you're traveling because of work. I don't give a fuck. Your habits stay the same. You still work out every day. You still track your macros. You still eat clean. You still do what you're supposed to do. I don't care where you are. I don't give a fuck you're on vacation, okay? I've been on vacation like numerous times over the past year, okay? And most of the time, I came back leaner after vacation. Okay. So I want to hear it. Your routine stays the same. This is also why the app exists too. The app also exists too because everybody travels, right? I just got off a trip last week, right? Everybody travels. Some of my clients travel every single week for their businesses. Every single week. Okay. Guess what? They still traveling. They hit up a gym, right? Gold's Gym, 24-Hour Fitness, LA Fitness, the hotel gym, right? They work out while they're there. Right? They're still making good choices when they're eating out at restaurants. They're still making good choices whenever they're in social situations. They're still making good choices. Those are the ones that get ripped and stay ripped forever. Right? And then there's those of you, remember I told you in the beginning, this is about mindset. They're like, oh, I was on vacation. So they got all fucking lax, right? Went back to their old fat boy habits or fat girl habits, right? Gained 10 or 20 pounds on a freaking vacation, right? Stupid habits. Same thing happens on the weekends, right? A lot of you guys on the weekends, okay? Let me show you guys what you guys do on the weekend. This is the average gym goer, okay? And how do you know who does this and who doesn't? If you are lean, you don't do this. If you're not lean, you do this, okay? Period, all right? Most people are good, okay? Monday through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What do? Okay. Alcohol, drinks, eating out. They don't work out, and they consume way more calories than their body has expended for the day. So all this excess is going to fat. Then what happens is on Monday, they wake up on Monday and they're 5 pounds heavier, 10 pounds heavier, and they're Mr. Piggy. Okay. That's the average person. Okay. Now, it's not most of my people, okay? Most of my people are pretty good, right? But there's some of you that's still on that learning curve. Like everybody's learning curves are different. Some people get it right away. Some people, they don't get it ever, okay? Maybe you're one of those people that don't get it ever, right? Or maybe you're one of those savages that gets it and has gotten it from day one, right? That's what you need to be. If you want the self-esteem, you want the confidence, you want to feel good, you want to be able to take your shirt off, fellas, when you go to the beaches and the pools without feeling embarrassed and wanting to cringe or making other people cringe because you look so fucking gross, okay? Because trust me, they are, right? If you want to be that dude that's confident enough to do that, you got to build the habits that are going to create that. because that is the only way you are going to develop that person. All right. And I tell you guys this all the time too. The person that you currently are right now. Okay. Okay. You're a little fat boy. Okay. I want to go to the ripped boy. Okay. Let's just talk about, we're going to act like we're talking to the guys right now. Okay. This can apply to you if you're a girl too, but just listen up. Okay. So the person that you are today. Okay. This is you today. Okay. This is you tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow. Okay. Who you are right now is the best you are ever going to get with your current mindset and skill set. Let me repeat that. You are already at your absolute best that you are going to get with your current mindset and skill set. And in these categories is your habits, the way you think, your behaviors, your effort, right? You're already there. You're already there. And most of you are fat. Okay. Well, not most of you. Most of you are fit already, but there's some of you that are newer here, right? So you're still fat. Okay. Well, I don't want to say you're not fat as in, I don't want you to identify as I'm fat. You just have extra fat. Okay. Let's change that identity. Okay. You're not fat. You just have fat, right? You are getting fit. Okay. So have higher body fat right now. Let's put it that way. Okay. So you're already there, right? Now, in order for you to get to this guy right here, you got to have daily habits, right? And during this period, these daily habits, what's going to happen is this guy right here is actually growing. Okay. He's evolving into a completely different man. Okay. And as that man is developing, he's getting closer and closer and closer to becoming this dude. Right. But most of you are still here, right? You're here. You're in the beginning, guy. You got to understand that fitness is a personal development journey. Straight up personal development journey. That's why I'm always in your asses. That's why I'm always posting shit about mindset. That's why I'm always trying to shift your perspectives, right? Because here's the deal. I'm your coach. I'm not your fucking friend. Now, I'm close with a lot of you guys. And you guys are some of my friends now, right? Because I spend a lot of time with, especially you guys that I'm with in the gym. I spend a lot of time with you guys, like more than I do my own family, right? So, but above all, I'm your coach first, not your fucking friend, right? My job and my mission is to get you to this guy as fast as possible. That's why I'm always in your ass. That's why I'm not going to let up. Okay. Now, but in order for you to get there, you have to personally develop, right? Because the way that you think, this guy, right? He's a bitch. Okay. Your beginner guy, right? Is completely listening to his bitch voice. He is a bitch. Straight up bitch, not even considered a man. Okay. Because he's always given up, right? Never kept his word, doesn't fucking follow through. He doesn't stick to his food. He doesn't show up. He fucking hits the snooze button in the morning like a little bitch, right? And that's why he's fat, right? That's why you're before guys fat, because you were listening to your bitch voice, right? Now you have to channel your inner beast, right? When your little bitch voice says, oh, just hit snooze, get 10 more minutes. You say, no, get the fuck up, put your feet on the floor. We got shit to do. Got to go work out. Got to go work on my goals like a savage, right? And then when you do that, day after day after day after day, this guy actually gets stronger, right? Your beast gets stronger, right? And then the little bitch voice is just, it's minuscule, right? It's easy to overcome his little bitch ass because he's weak now, right? And then you just stay consistent. And then as your body starts to develop, right? As you start to get a little slimmer, right? Starting to listen little vertical lines, right? Your pecs are starting to show, right? Maybe like a little bit of air popping, right? As you're starting to develop, on top of you developing personally, because this is personal development, right? And you just keep just implementing these daily habits for fucking months straight, right? You, by the time you start getting to this guy, you are a completely different person. And here's one thing I will tell you is going to happen, because, and you'll understand why I speak to you the way that you do when you become this guy. Okay. When you become this guy, you'll understand why I talk so much shit. Okay. You'll understand because it takes so much fucking work to get from here to here. Right. And you're developing this entire time, becoming a new man each day. Right. By the time you get to this side, right, you're a completely different motherfucker. Like you got to become a savage. Okay. To get this, a savage. Now, what happens is once you become a savage, even when you get about to the halfway point, okay, you're already going to start to think a lot like how the savages do, right? Because what's going to happen is you're going to be associating with some people, right, that are here. And you're going to hear all their little, oh, poor me. Oh, it's so hard. Oh, I can't get up. I'm not a morning person. I can't stick to my that. You're going to hear all these little bitches. And the first thing you're going to be thinking is, what a fucking bitch. He's such a pussy. How does he even consider himself a man? Right? but that used to be you. Trust me, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I promise you, it's going to happen. Okay. It happens to all the guys because you put in so much work, right? And you've developed yourself to a certain level. When you actually look back and you start to see how weak people are when they're in complete control over it, right? It's mind-blowing how weak the human race is and men today, right? And a lot of it has to do with them being, having extremely low testosterone levels, which is coming from their shit diets and their excess body fat, right? Because body fat produces estrogen as well, too, just in case you didn't know. That's why guys get titties. But anyways, that's just something that you need to understand. You got to build these habits, okay? And they got to be consistent, okay? Science says that in order for a habit to be developed, it takes like 66 days straight, okay? Up to 180, depending on how bad your other habit was, right? So in other words, if you have a habit of hitting fucking snooze in the morning, okay, it's going to take you not hitting snooze for 66 days straight before it becomes an actual habit, which it'll actually start to evolve before then, right? And get much easier during that journey. But it'll be about day 66 before it's actually ingrained, right? And then it'll be even longer than that before it just becomes like a natural part of who you are that you have forever, okay? And then same thing with tracking your food, okay? Tracking your macros. It's gonna, in the beginning, it's going to suck. You're going to be resistant. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to procrastinate on it. And a lot of you guys learn this the hard way. Right. And it's totally okay. Okay. It's human. And this is what I try and tell like all my new people too. I'm like, dude, if you deviate from the plan I give you, right? Because remember, my goal is to get you here as fast as possible. Okay. If you deviate from my plan, okay, I'm giving you the fastest fucking plan in existence. Okay. There's a system on how this is done. Okay. And if you deviate, okay, so if you're supposed to be going this way and you deviate in any way, okay, this is going to be you. Okay, this is going to be you. See that shit? You're going to be all over the place. Now, usually at some point when they're all, right? Usually at some point they realize like, fuck, I just need to listen to coach and start doing what they're supposed to do. Okay. And then they go, shoo, right? So, but until you get to the shoo, okay, you're probably going to fuck up a lot. It's completely normal. Now, it's not a fuck up if you're learning from it. All right. You're going to make mistakes. Trust me. I have made every single mistake you will ever make. Probably multiple times. Okay. Everything that I teach you is from my own personal journey, right? Where I have learned from my mistakes and I just teach you right out of the gate. So that way you can learn from, because you know how the quote goes that if you learn from your mistakes, then, you're smart if you learn from your own mistakes, right? But you're a wise person if you learn from other people's mistakes, right? So learn from mine because I've already made them all. Okay. All of them. All right. So anyways, so that's the whole point of habits. Okay. So focus on your daily habits, track your macros, hit your workouts every day and burn those calories. Okay. Forge those into habits. All right. Get in the habit of waking up earlier if you got to create time, which is the best time of the day if you're going to work out because you're going to be able to invest that time into you with no distractions, right? So, but anyways, you got to forge those habits. That is how you're going to get to success. Understood? Understood? Good. All right. So that concludes our lesson for today. If If you guys got any questions, shoot me a question. I'll put it on next week's episode. Let's go.